Hello, guys. Welcome to Champions Talk, the podcast when we discuss boxing and everyone champion in the world of it. I'm your host, Yusuf Olowole-Komo, and I've got my co-host here, Madam Nelly.
Good afternoon.
Hello, Nelly. Today we have controversial guests involved in boxing row, should we say. Right here, we have the boxer, Mr. D-Star.
I'm Isaac Chukwudi, aka D-Star. It's a pleasure to be among every one of you here. More grace to podcast champion.
Yeah. Yes. And we have your coach, I believe.
Yeah, my name is Idris Salimano Ajanaku. I'm the head coach, AJ Extreme Fitness, AJ Extreme Boxing Squad.
Nice. And we have your manager and
lawyer. Yes. Ezenwa. I am the lawyer for the gym and the manager for the boxers.
Oh, that's beautiful. As we kick off this podcast today, I'd like Mr. Chukwudi to introduce yourself and let us know how you got involved in boxing as a whole.
I'm Isaac Chukwudi. I got into boxing early in the 2021. So the professional boxing is based in that brought me into the line of everybody seeing me as a star. Before boxing, I'm into aluminum works. I'm a professional aluminum fabricator. I'm a glass dealer. I work into frameless works. And I also produce the Nigerian one and only boxing kits. Probably made the star kits made for champions. And I'm a proud professional boxer from Nigeria. I grew up in the hood of ghetto. I may say ghetto, and I'm proud of that because I learned a lot from the ghetto. I'm from the trenches. I don't care what anybody say, I'm from the trenches. So I grew up from that place to get a better life. I stayed here, I have no bad record. But thanks to God. And why do I keep changing my coaches? My location really matters. It's not easy for a boxer that's not getting a good pay to be transporting from one location to another location just to train. And it's not resided in that location. So I was living in Lorisunbare back then in my amateur days, before moving to Agege, where I got to meet Coach Temas, and that was my second coach. Before I now left my coach for some upgrade, I now stay with Coach AJ from AJ Boxing Extreme. That's where we are now. That's the squad I'm into. So you're good to go, man.
Yeah, that's beautiful. You mentioned that you guys, your coaching is not like the usual boxing club. You guys are like a family, and I think I should make this comment to the coach. How do you operate that the boxers feel like, we have this we have this family type of settings?
Yeah, the thing is, we need to really understand how boxing works. You can't really, boxing is like a lonely sport. So the only people that can really understand your pain are people that are close to you. So I was thinking about it when I was looking around trying to pick a name for the gym. I said, okay, my name is AJ. What else can I add to make this thing look like a movement? It's actually a movement. It's not a one-man thing. Everybody in the gym is a leader. So that was my idea. So the squad come about is this. How the squad come about is, I want everybody to be responsible.
Yes.
When you say it's a club, it's like where they have somebody that some people might just be lagging behind. But in a squad, everybody has to work. Everybody's a soldier.
They have a role to play.
Yes, everybody have a role to play. So I thought about it and I said, okay, this is the only way we're going to do this that I felt is going to make everybody be serious. Like we have to be a squad. So whether you are a professional or an amateur, you are responsible. You have a role to play.
Like what type of roles do these guys have?
Okay, like AJ Extreme Squad, everybody is responsible. Everybody is like has a role to play. When we have an event, any boxer can actually seconds another boxer, and this is what we teach them. Immediately you get into the squad, we start teaching you our rules, regulation, everything that you need to know as a boxer. Because boxing is not all about coming to train. You have to mentally sound.
Yeah.
And you have to be smart, intelligent as well. So this is something we do for most of our boxers. So that's why AJ is different.
That's beautiful.
So, sir, talking about squad, you mean to say you have quite a number of boxers in your...
Yes, I have about 32 boxers.
32 boxers. So
yes.
Can you give us a quick story on your background and how you ended up becoming a coach?
All right. Actually, I was a boxer myself for like 11 years. I did amateur for close to 7 to 8 years.
A professional boxer?
No, amateur.
Okay.
Amateur. Then I now traveled back to Lagos because I was in Jos.
So you are talking about squad. How many boxers do you have?
Right now I have about 32 boxers under my belt.
32 boxers
yes.
under your belt.
Yes.
So give us a quick story on your background, your history on boxing.
All right.
How did you start?
Actually, I started as a boxer. For some years, I was in Jos when I was boxing. I've been to the National Sport Festival. So after some time, I've been trying to like upgrade or push ahead, but things were not working, you know.
Why did you say things were not working?
No financial support.
No financial
I was unable to travel. You
Okay.
know, I tried traveling outside the country for some time, but it didn't work. So I find my way down to Lagos, got to stadium here, Surulere, where I asked for a trial multiple times. You know, then I can't remember the coach, but Coach Tony, the present national coach now, used to be one of those coaches that have trained me before. So, but after some times I've tried, I couldn't make it in boxing. So when I traveled down to Lagos, I tried to see how I can maybe turn to a professional boxer.
Okay, so you say you couldn't make it in boxing.
Yes.
Is it because you were not zealous enough, or
Facility.
the system there was not good enough for you to penetrate?
Not the system, I wasn't given the opportunity.
What do you mean you were not given the
All right.
opportunity?
So I've been to National Stadium. I was in National Stadium as far back as as far back as 2014.
Okay.
Yes, as far back as 2014, which I asked for a trial multiple times. Then we were preparing for championship. I didn't even know things like that. You know, I told you I'm coming from Jos.
Okay.
So they said, okay, there is championship going on. We met, the person that gave me the information came to National Sport Festival, Abuja, after Koja. That was when I met the person in Abuja. The person now say, come to Lagos, go to National Stadium and train with them there. So you'll be prepared for a championship. So I went to stadium. Everywhere there was a lot of boxing gym. So I tried to I'm looking for the national team.
Trials.
Yes, for the national team itself. So I got there that period. I trained with them 3 days, 2 days. I lodged. Imagine a boxer that was not getting paid. I wasn't working, you know.
Okay.
I just gathered money from Jos and I traveled down to Lagos. So after some days, after 7 days, I ran out of cash. So I couldn't afford my lodge again. I couldn't pay for my lodge. So that was how I now look for a way. I relocated down to, I think, I can't really remember the story.
Okay, so you left there not because they practiced favoritism, but because you couldn't afford.
Because
staying.
nobody even recognized me.
What do you mean nobody recognized you? You cannot just walk into a space and just gain recognition like that.
Sorry, what did you go there for?
For a trial.
You went there for trial?
Yes.
Okay.
But they didn't even give me the opportunity. I was just
when you
training.
go for trial, when was the trial? Was it on the first day or a week after you went to go for trial? Because it's not necessarily you have to stay on camp to train.
Yes, it's like a camp.
Yes.
You get. So in that camp, you train with them. So on sparring day, they will spar, then they will pick boxers.
Yes. From what I know, normally when they give you guys rooms now, I don't know about them, but they provided rooms for the guys. For example, the guys in Lagos State now,
Yes.
they have rooms provided.
They have
for them.
camp.
Yes.
They have place they stay.
Why did you not start a camp?
Because I don't even know if anything if they have a place to stay.
But
I
they
told
would
them I'm
have had-
coming from Jos, and I introduced myself to a coach there. I can't remember his name, but I met other boxers that we've met in festival before, and they just say then this is where we train. This is the national camp.
Yes.
So, but nobody when you get to a place and you're just training,
Yes.
you are asking even the fellow boxers that when is this trial going to
Start.
When are they going to start selection? And everybody is just busy minding their business.
But you didn't reach out to the person that recommended you to the place?
That time there was no phone.
In 2014?
Yes, I don't have a phone. The phone was expensive.
You didn't
then.
have a phone, so
Yes.
I think everything was.
Yes.
The fault
You
is
can't
on
really
your
blame
own part.
In that regard, you can't really blame them.
Yes, he might not really blame the people
he said
involved
it's
at
not
that
the
time.
system
But you
already.
see me, You see me,
Okay.
I was not opportune to represent Lagos State. I started boxing in Lagos State.
As an amateur, yeah?
Yes, amateur. And I was not opportune to
Did you
go.
did you ever go for
I
a trial?
went for several training in
No,
Roe Park.
trials.
Yes,
Okay.
no. Even trials and training in Roe Park. Because they said in Lagos State, you have to come for training in Lagos State. I was working in BM & Co. account firm back then. So I went for training every Wednesday. Just for them to give me opportunity to be a boxer, an amateur boxer in Lagos State. But I was never given an opportunity.
Did you follow due protocols? Because you see, I think you're talking about the national team, yeah?
No. Apart from the national team, I'm just talking. They are doing it in Lagos State. They favor only people that they know.
And that was why you were going to the Roe Park.
Yes, that was why I was going to the Roe Park as I
So
did.
for me,
yes.
My story is different because I'm coming all the way from the middle belt.
I imagine that.
So I don't even know, and nobody is ready to put you through.
Yeah, do you know the thing is, the slot you're coming to take, because I think they can only take one boxer per weight to represent the Lagos State.
Okay.
So you coming from out of state, even they don't even want you to come, even though you might be a better boxer.
I mean, they don't even know your strength.
No, obviously during the whole trials and the sparring, they'll say, oh, this guy is good or this guy is not good. But the opponents also have their coaches there. They have people that, so they want to obviously not allow you anyway. So, naturally, it's obviously bound to happen that they won't want to, especially that you don't even have a backing. Like, who brought you here? No, they don't know. You're both
What about me? What about me in the days of amateur?
Yeah.
I have a backing. I have a registered coach that is affiliated under the.
Did your coach have an
Lagos State
issue
box.
with the?
He doesn't have an issue. And even me, personally, as a boxer, if I go to train on Wednesdays, Coach Shabaloju, they will still tell me what they have for me. I'll still update them. We use my own money, go and play over Jebu. He will tell me money that I want to give him. He will tell me to go and play over Jebu for him. Coach Shabaloju.
Wait, he will tell you to go and be the one to play the game.
Yes, I can't forget him. Coach
Did he win the
Shabaloju.
game?
I don't know for him.
Wait, this coach you're talking about, it's good to.
Wait, Coach Shabaloju, is that not the
That
head
was
of
the Lagos State head coach back then, before, in my days of amateur.
now?
Yes.
Wow.
Back then, in my days of amateur.
I have something to say
I'm with
about
you,
your
ma.
statement. I feel it's a different thing to be good at what you do.
Okay.
And it's a different thing to be under the right authority. The man you claim to be your coach, did he have any strong affiliation with the people there or the people in charge, the body here? Because it's quite almost impossible for a right and a correct skill to be ignored. Talking about value, people always recognize value when they see it.
Okay.
You cannot just overlook value just like that. Only a stupid person does that.
Yeah.
So you must have followed due protocols. Okay, did you register? Who did you meet?
Okay.
Who knows you? Which coach knows you? Who did you talk to there? Did you talk to the right persons?
Let me answer this.
Some systems may be corrupt.
Let me answer this. When you talk of value, let me tell you, these people don't really value anybody, no matter how good you are.
In Lagos State,
I am telling you. I want to give an instance.
That's a general tag.
I want to give an instance. I have a boxer that was training under me, David. So this guy, during the last festival, Delta State Festival, the Delta State, I think either Delta State or Cross Rivers, they called him. And I told him, David, look, if you box for under Lagos, you go far. You might go for the Olympics. So please hold on with that Cross River State contract for you to go and fight for them in the festival. Go with Lagos State. I called the secretary, the amateur secretary. I called him. I say, how far? Yeah, is David? How are you going to do, David? Is he going to be among the people going for camp? He said yes. David let me just bring this here. I now told David, I said, first, wait, don't tell those people you are not fighting for them first.
The people in
Cross River.
So you don't lose on both ends.
Don't tell them you are not fighting for them. Meanwhile, Cross River have been calling David to come for camp. I don't know if you are getting me.
Yeah.
Now I still keep telling David, I still keep encouraging and say, just wait. Do you know at the end of the whole thing, they now pick their boxers, they didn't pick David. I'm still coming. This story is very interesting. They didn't pick David. David now say, coach, you see, I tell you, say Lagos State, no be people they go trust. I say, no, it don't happen like that. Go say you never bounce River State. That was how David went to represent River State. Guess what? He won gold medal.
He beat the one.
He won somebody won gold medal. What does that tell you? So tell me, Did they really see value?
No,
that's now the question is now back to
talking
you.
about value. Value is being noticed in the place of practice. It's experimental.
It's like
get
you
that?
it's like you didn't get
He has been in
I
the
said
camp
he
with
was
them.
in the camp
He's
with
in the
them. He
training
was
and the
training
camp
with
with
them.
them.
It was in the camp with them.
Yes.
Okay, let me.
So they are trying to favor their own.
Let me ask you this question: is there a personal gain? Is there a private gain when you use your own boxer? I mean, these boxers in
Please, we need
in
to come
quotes,
back to the main
they tend
matter
to
we came here
represent
for.
Lagos, right? Abi, talk to me now. They tend
Sorry,
to, are they just
sorry.
representing
If-
Lagos or Nigeria as a whole?
The thing is for the way these people operate here, I'm not trying, not all of them are bad.
Please, these are
But
just amateurs.
let me just tell you,
Wait.
selfishness or self-centeredness is what is killing Nigerian boxing, both amateur and professional. So I think we should just forget about this amateur part of the story. Let's go into the main details of
Okay, so news has it that your license has been
revoked.
revoked and you have been suspended indefinitely.
I have been suspended without me even noticing, without a meeting,
At least
without a
nobody
letter,
knows that for
without
now.
an information. No,
now.
I don't even know.
For now, nobody knows
The
if it
Nigerian
is-
boxing
According to the write-up, though, you were causing a lot of nuisance, and
How?
according to the write-up, they said
Okay.
you're constantly, every time you have a fight and maybe it didn't go your way, you and your coach and your team, you
Start
write and
training.
start harassing them,
No,
writing them letters, and
Say it in their words, so that we
Okay.
we always throw
you're
tantrums.
always throwing tantrums.
Okay.
And apparently it was behind the scenes conversation saying, you guys were causing a scene there. Maybe some of your fans were, throwing chairs, and they're like, no, these guys, we can't keep doing this with you.
Okay. I
Okay,
had.
sorry, I'll come into that. First, I'll tell you, because these people are like, it's like a gang.
A gang.
Yeah, they are like a gang. Let me tell you why I
Let's
say.
be specific.
Um,
What
yes,
these people? Who are these people?
I'm talking about people working with Nbbc of
What?
C.
MBBOC.
Yes,
NBBOC or
Nigeria
the
Boxing
people-
Board of Control.
Control, yes.
Okay.
Now, the first day, during the weigh-in day, my second boy, Ezekiel, he did weigh-in. We went there to weigh in. After Ezekiel weighed in, he weighed 55.0. Then his opponent, and I say, let his opponent come and weigh in now. They say, no, the boy don't weigh. I say, how? How the boy take weigh? Why I no dey here?
Naturally, somebody's supposed to
Well,
be there
yes.
to verify.
Yes.
Yes,
from the
both
other team.
opponents has to be present.
Either the manager, the boxer, or the coach.
Yes.
Must be present.
Must be present there. So there is this man called Mr. Boxing. In fact, some of these guys, let me not go into details about them. So, and I told him, how where is this done? He said, I show you before now. Say I don't wear. I wear now. If I know wear, if nobody wear, I no go right and that. I said that is not my problem. Okay,
We
let
just
him
have to
climb the
verify.
scale.
Let
Let me
him
verify.
verify.
Yes. You cannot do a weighing for a boxer, a professional boxing match, without the presence of either the manager or the coach or the boxer itself to confirm that this guy actually made that weight. So on getting there, they now say, okay, after the whole troubles, we refused. I was about even pulling out of the fight that very day. They now say, okay, we're going to scale. The boy now climbed the scale. This guy was weighing 57.0.
And it was supposed to be weighing 55.
55. Extra 2 kg.
And that's a lot because
That's
even
a lot.
If you
Now-
watch the recent fight, this guy was weighing a little bit over
0.5.
0.5.
0 point. Is it?
That
It's
Conor
not
Ben.
even up
Yes,
to
Conor
kg.
Ben.
Chris Eubank.
Yes.
See, so that weighing, Nana said, this guy has to share this weight. They were like, no, he just went and drank pure water. I say, how many pure water did he drink for him to put on 2 kg? Have you weighed 2 kg before?
Over a bag.
Are you people kidding me? like, thank God I box, or else I would just be feeling like maybe I'm the one missing something. I say, how many pure water did he drink that add up 2
kg.
2 kg? They now say it's possible. Now, where I missed it is this, because I should have known. The sign were already there, the flags were there. Like the whole crew, the whole people, about the ring himself, Mr. Boxing himself, the president, I think the manager to the lads.
They were
And
present.
Osai.
We're talking about this delayed event. That's
What we are
Yes.
talking about. The Osai was telling me, and the boy make the weight. I said, Osai, don't tell me the boy make the weight. Who was there? Who confirmed it? And how this guy go weigh 50.3? How which time he take go
57.3.
drink? How many pure water he drink? We give him 2 kg more weight. Who not the one? He has to make the weight. So we now drag. They say the boy should go and jog. They say the boy went and jog. When he came back, he was weighing 57.1. It was adding up. So now, they now say, okay, this is how we're going to do it. This is how we're going to do it. That we might just charge him for the overweight.
Okay,
Maybe
he was fined.
Yes, maybe we can find him maybe 15% of his fight pulse.
Okay.
I told them I'm not interested in the fight pulse. All I want my boxer to fight a clean fight.
And but if he's not making weight, how would it have been clean? Was it have been to get him another opponent that was his weight, or what would
We
have
might
had to
just call
happen?
up the fight
Why didn't you call up the fight?
because I know my boy can beat him. I know Ezekiel Touch can beat that boy, and he did. Now my problem is why we are still coming back to this. Why my license were revoked? You know, I know Ezekiel can beat him, and that's okay. He will give us 20% of his pulse. They
20
now
or 15.
20%. That's what I
Okay,
requested
okay,
for.
okay.
They now pleaded with me that the thing is, after why are they even defending him in the first place?
Yeah, that's wrong. That's
Somebody
wrong.
overweight, allow him to go and jog. You are saying he has made this weight. Abodure was sweating. Telling me, if Mr. Boxing say this is what he weigh, that is what he weighed.
What could you have done? If what happens if you say, okay, the fight is not happening because he didn't make weight? Were you legally allowed to do that?
Yes,
And they would still have paid your boxer folk money.
They would not pay.
they will not pay. We are still.
They would not pay.
They will not.
Because it will just be like a waste of effort, waste of training time, waste of energy,
All
waste
this
of
is
investment.
the address.
He has been
Mr.
quiet.
Boya, no. I think this is where you would have been needed, because obviously, is there no binding contract that says, okay, I've come, I've done everything needed, but your boxer is not making weight, so I'm going to get my complete purse, and that's your fault for not making weight.
Please talk about their contracts, their contract page.
Let's start from what the contract itself looks like before you know what your rights and duties are.
That's it.
So the promoter is always in power in any boxing negotiation, because there are very few promoters in Nigeria. The reason my coach here was saying he was not able to make it, the long and short story is that there are not enough promoters or not enough boxing shows or boxing matches for the amount of boxers in Nigeria to build their career. That is hook, line, and sinker. So the promoters are usually in the forefront in bargaining. So they give you a lousy piece of paper, 1 page, barely a page. If it's turning to a page, is where you have to sign at the back. That's where it overflows to. So that's the piece of paper we get from these promoters. And representing these boxers, you know, with these contracts is quite a challenge, because you have people who are really, really ready to fight. I keep telling people, boxing is not about the money. If it's about the money, you won't have boxers in Nigeria, because nobody's making money from boxing.
So what is it about then?
You see, people grow up in places where they get a lot of hits, they see a lot of bad things, they see a lot of neglect, and over time they have something to prove. They have an anger built up within. My boxer here, this star, was telling you about how he grew up and then how he joined boxing. This is the story of 90% of boxers. There is hardly any rich boy sitting in his house thinking about going to punch somebody's face and having his face punched for a living. So this is where the source of boxing is gotten from, and they know this. They know that the people they are dealing with have little or no formal education.
Sorry, I want to bring you back.
Yes.
You said this is where the source is coming from. How do you mean? Do you mean to tell us that boxing or the passion is from a space of built up anger? They want to express their anger and unleash how they feel through boxing, or it's not just
you
a
can do a
desire
small
or-
research on that. There are studies to that, and you can do a research by yourself.
Not everybody, you can, that's why you're here. You need to tell us.
Yes, like
How
I'm,
people
like
get
I'm
their
saying,
passion
like
and
I'm
all.
saying, I've said it, but if you doubt it, you can further investigate it. This is why everybody should have a part in knowledge. I've given you the fulcrum of what I've seen, the fulcrum of what I've researched, and what I have to deal with every time. So back to it. This boxers are given filthy paper. The only way you have penalty for punishment is where the boxer cannot make the fight.
Okay.
But if by peradventure the promoters don't meet up to their expectation for the fight, like the weighing,
Yes.
The way is that the promoters' issues, or is that the boxers, the opposition boxers?
yes, like I said, it is the promoter's issue, because whatever payment that is going to be paid is going to be on the promoter made. Do you understand? So it is the promoter's issue because it's his boxing stage. He's the one calling the boxers. So if one of the people cannot make weight, he bears the brunt. We don't bear the brunt. We say we are not fighting, or we say, okay, 15%. He's the one that will appropriate the 15%.
Okay.
We say we are not fighting. He's the one that's supposed to pay back.
Now, according to let's use that you said now, and it seems a lot of like the Nigerian practice are not going proper. According to international practice, what happens? Can you legally pull out and say, okay, you know what, I'm not fighting
Of
because
course,
you didn't make weight,
of course. Even
and you'll be paid fully.
Of course, of course. Even with that flimsy piece of paper, the thing is that people don't understand that there are implied terms to contracts. It doesn't really matter what is stated there. There are other things that are incidental to fulfilling the things there. So there are implied terms of contract. Like I say, if me and you, we live in a house where every morning I give you money and you go and buy something and give me change and keep your share. If we do that for 3 days, and then maybe you give me money and then I don't buy anything and I tell you we don't have a contract. You go to court. The court will say that there's an implied contract from the behavior.
Okay.
So even by natural laws, there are some things that should be protected for, because if a boxer slumps and anything happens to him, they will have to bring their ambulance immediately. It may not be in the contract, but nobody will tell you to do that one. Yes, so when you get to the contract by promoters are, oh my God. I think if any promoter is proud enough to show the contract he gives to boxers, I'll take a step back. None of them can do it. They are always in they are always on the side of power for bargaining these contracts. Your boxer here is willing to fight. He has been training for months. There is probably no promotion. You now finally get him one promotion that give him the fight. The money you see there, you cannot buy his trunk, his outfit. Like if you want a good taste, you cannot buy his trunk, the outfit, you cannot buy the gloves or the shoe. A boxer's full gear, even if you go to the cheapest place to buy it, for the trunk, the shoes, the groin guard, the bandage, you are not talking anything less than 120,000. Just for appearance. I'm not talking about training. I'm talking about camp. I'm not talking about supplements.
Supplements. Yeah.
Or transportation.
I'm not talking about transportation. I'm not talking about inviting other boxers to come to your
To spar with him.
spar with you. You understand? I'm not talking about trying to get him on podcast or radio. I'm not talking about these ones.
Yeah, basics.
So how much can a promoter pay you in Nigeria to actually box? No, you already have the passion for it. If you don't have the passion for it, you'll be waiting for money before you box. Nobody will be a trained boxer.
Well, naturally, there's an end goal, because you can't obviously train just for 100,000 or to be working and training hard just to not be able to afford your kids. There's an end goal, which okay, I will struggle through this, but in the end, I know this is where I can reach.
That's one thing.
yeah.
What do you mean by in the end?
That's one thing.
If the system is not working, it's not working.
Yes,
when you
it's
say
not
end
working.
goal,
But please, let me come in.
Okay.
You see, this kind of a thing is issue where I come in, because somebody like me, boxer like me, I train not for the money. I fight not for the money as at this age, because when they say not for the money,
Yes.
I'm a boxer. I have my own business. I have my own products. I have my own company. I run my own show. I've been off boxing for almost 3 years before coming back last year.
What happened? Why did you go off?
I had a shoulder injury in between the fights with Olowu in 2021. That was the reason why I was off boxing, and I won the award of welcome coming back to boxing last year. I won the award on
Comeback
5G Meter Comeback of the Year 2024. The reason why I said I'm not interested in money for now is because the money they are paying us is peanuts, like the president usually say. They pay us peanuts. Under his leadership, they pay boxers peanuts, and you accept it to happen that they pay boxer peanuts. And see yet you are still trying to withhold the peanuts they are trying to pay us.
Sir, sorry.
Now, let me
get this. Let me get this.
Okay.
You say you're not fighting for the money?
Yes.
Wait,
Presently.
Presently,
Yeah,
in
that's
Nigeria,
what I mean by the end goal.
Then what is that drive? What is your goal then? Because see, there is one thing about money.
Okay.
Yes, let's say it. Let's
Yeah, I'm with you,
There's one thing about money. When you do something at your best and you are being paid for, it motivates you.
Yes.
It's like a spark. It's like a fire. It keeps you going because you have things to do. So how then do you maintain this passion? How do you keep up with the spirit? What are you looking at? What's your aim?
You know,
if it's not for the money.
You know, lots of boxers, as because of money, because of the peanuts they will give them, like the president he said they pay peanuts. Because of the peanuts they give boxers, lots of boxers have lost everything they have invested in this boxing. I'm investing in boxing by training every day, working hard to be at the best rates, best position I can be in boxing.
Okay.
I'm training really hard just to come up to say no. I can't give up easily like that. I'm training hard to come up, and tomorrow Nigeria will be proud of me to say, yes, he's a champion, proudly built from Nigerian. I'm from the trenches.
You're still not understanding what she's trying to say, because you know
the money part of it. The money part of it.
Yeah, when you talk about the end goal,
let him answer. I mean,
but it's not breaking down.
You're mixing. There's a misunderstanding here.
There's still the end goal, which is okay. I'm going to get big enough for the international.
That's the main game. We are not interested in this Nigerian.
Yes. So that is the end goal. The
only promoter that I can say is paying boxer little halfway what they should be paying standard boxer is Bamura. That's the one big show that's the only promoter paying out now. The remaining promotions, they are not paying half a quarter of what that man is paying. So if we are going to see a boxing show that the payment is not affording my outfit, what's the money for? The money is not affording my camping fee. What's the money for? I have children. I have family at home. You are paying me peanuts. You expect me to believe in that peanuts? No. I have my own business I'm doing. So if I'm fighting, I'm training to build my record so I can get to a better stage where they call me for a good fight. I go and get a better pay. We are all working for a big bag. Okay. But now that we are not heading to the big bag now, we have to build the career.
Record.
When a promoter calls you, they say you have a good record. Let me see your record. When they go through the record, they see what you have done. If you check my record, I don't fight a journeyman. The people that fight journeymen, let them be on their journeymen. Don't bring them to our league of original boxers that are fighting for their own legacy, fighting for their own career. I'm building my career. I'm fighting for my own career. I'm not after their peanuts that they are paying us. The peanuts they pay us just for little cruise. That peanuts, once they pay me, if I tell you, say, since I've fight on the lad boxing promotion more than 2 weeks now, they just paid our money this week.
More than 2 weeks.
More than 2 weeks now. They just paid our money this week. And we got the money from my abordary. It shouldn't be like that. So if I'm even saying I'm pushed or I'm interested in the money, I will not go into his office every single day. After 2 weeks of fighting, I'll be begging him, please, I need that money. Why? I can't be doing that. So I believe in my own hustle. Anybody that is a boxer, if you're a boxer in Nigeria, you need to have a plan B for your sustaining.
Everybody needs to have a plan B in Nigeria.
to have a plan B in Nigeria as a boxer. You can't stay on a boxing level only. Only if you are getting maybe a salary or monthly allowance from someone. So if you are getting a monthly allowance, it's good.
Sir, I have a question for you. You know, while I was talking to him, he said we are mixing things up and probably we're not getting the whole idea of when it comes to money in this business.
Yes, I think I'll be in the best position.
Let me ask you, sir. You stated earlier that you were a boxer. You used to box.
Still,
not to wear.
Yes, you're still a boxer.
I still train this morning.
Yes, you still train this morning. That's good. And I think from look of things, you did law before the boxing.
Yeah, yes.
Right. So, and you're a lawyer to other boxers, right?
Yes, I am.
Aside him.
Yes.
So, are you trying to tell us that money is excused from your major aim or purpose of doing this?
Very good. If I answer the question, maybe I'll start from there. So basically, money is a factor because, like you said, in Nigeria, you'd hardly see any boxer who is a boxer. He's a boxer and something. Because you cannot be a boxer in Nigeria. Somebody will be paying your house rent. Somebody will be feeding you every day. Because if you understand what it means to wake up in the morning and go through that kind of training, morning and night. Your life should be just, man, go and sleep. This is what other countries provide for. When my coach was saying nobody, looked at him, nobody, because when you have young ones growing or coming to you, you've invited them, say, come. You must make provisions. There are no provisions. So money in boxing, normally, everybody, even promoters, they get sponsors. You find people who are interested in this. They like what they see. They like the show. Like every other sport. Like football. Do you understand? So, at this stage, like even music, like musicians, they get endorsements. You understand? Mm-hmm. Boxing pay is not the biggest money a boxer can get. His biggest money will come from endorsements. His biggest money will come from being the rep of companies. It may not be from the boxing money itself. So people like us that we engage in promotion is that we know that the world is ready to see people like this. We try to bring them to the world and say, this is what we have, this is what we have. My boxers are boxers that get paid monthly. This is rare. Unless 4 or 5 promotions that have boxers, they say, okay, we are promoting you, you fight on our stage, we'll give you our logo, you're our boy, we have the promotion. No, but this is management. You understand? So these boys they understand what it means to be struggling without pay in boxing when it tells you it's not about the money. For a long time in his life, he has done it without getting paid. Have you made any gain from boxing, like financially, like what you spent inside?
I have not gotten 1/4 of the money I spent in boxing.
Listen, a lot of people are alive and doing things that they love because they love it, despite the conditions, despite the hard nature, despite any obstacle in front of them. A lot of Nigerians live that way every day. They take their pure water bag and they run to the junction. They take their gala and they run to the hold up.
Because they love it.
No. I'm not saying because they love it. They don't even love what they are doing, but they live like that every day. Not to talk of somebody who loves what he's doing.
According to this here, you mentioned that you have not been officially given any letter by Nbbc to let you know of your ban or your indefinite ban from the body. So how did you find out about the situation and what do you plan to do going forward regarding that issue?
Yeah, we have a boxing group on WhatsApp where all professional boxers in Nigeria, they put every one of us in a WhatsApp group called the Nigerian Boxing Promotion, Nigerian Boxers, Pro Boxers. So on that platform, we have Aboderi, that's the Nigerian Boxing Secretary. We have other boxers. It just came up. Is it
the only official in the...
I can say that is the only official group that we have. And that might be the only office Aboderi has online.
What do you mean?
We interact personally with boxers.
Yes, you can interact with boxers. No, coaches
boxers.
Is not there.
Okay.
Just boxers.
Okay.
So I can say that
was where my
coach, I'm coming. I can say that's the only office he has online that he can sack somebody without a letter. The only office he has online that permits him to give somebody notice. And the only office online that permits him to run any advert he want to run. In boxing, I understand that, but everything in boxing is official. I had an issue and I want it to be reviewed about the last fight I had. I talked to my management team that this is what happened and they were saying, okay, we have to do it legally. They sent a letter to Mr. Boderi's office for a protest and review. The letter met us in the secretary office in stadium. We were in a meeting which they call all boxers for a meeting. We were in that meeting.
Who called the meeting?
The president called for the meeting.
The president of,
yes, for the Nigerian Boxing Board. Okay. He called for the meeting. So every one of us was present on that day. We were there for a different meeting. He had to call me up saying that what happened on fight day, this, that.
Right there in the presence
of everybody. And then I was like, sir, because he called me out
On
And
stage.
no, he called me out on stage that you and your colleague, something happened. I was like, sir, please excuse me.
Any press,
Is this
any
the
press
reason?
around
Is
during
this
that time?
everybody? No press, but everybody was sitting down. But fellow boxers like me were sitting down, and I was like, sir, please, is this the reason why you called for the meeting, or we are here for a different thing? He said we are here for a different thing, and I said, sir, we should discuss this issue
Private.
in your office, not a public thing. Then he just threw up something as you are banned for 6 months.
Just like
I
that.
was like, how manage? How come? I'm just expressing my own feelings about the current situation. You can't call me up now where everybody is sitting down trying to address an issue that we already sent letter to you, thinking it has got to him.
Okay, he had not gotten the letter at the time. So
Yeah,
you know.
maybe he has not gotten it then. After he said he has given me 6 months, we talked about it. I said, okay, he released the release of ban that he called it.
They relieved you of
He
it.
relieved me of it. After the meeting, on our way going home, we just saw them harassing a mail man, a delivery man that came to deliver a letter to them. They were harassing the man, chasing him away. Unknown to me, that was the letter we sent. I didn't mean I know that was the letter we sent. I would have just go there, collect the letter and deliver it to him direct.
Yes.
So when we got to my manager was saying they sent a letter to Abodani's office, but they have to send the guy away. They maltreated the man. I said,
They harassing.
they harassed him. I said, I was present on the scene. I don't
didn't
even know.
You also
My
had-
letter. Yes, I was there.
I said I was present. I don't even know that was my letter. Now back to what we are saying. When he suspended me, he did not he did not make any call. He did not send any letter to me. He did not call for any meeting.
Wait, sorry. After he suspended you on stage for 6 months and he
No,
revoked it,
he revoked it after that.
what, he now
resuspended.
suspend you again?
Yes, he suspended me
Via
again.
WhatsApp
Definitely.
group.
Yes, via WhatsApp group.
How long after that? How long
Just
after the
like
meeting?
yes, after the
every
meeting,
week.
like
It was last week Wednesday. It was
last
within
week.
a
It was
week.
last week. Yeah, within a week.
Did,
Within a
did
week.
something? Did something else happen, or is it because he saw the letter? And
Yes, it's because he saw the letter of review that we sent.
letter of review. Means,
Yes,
Okay.
letter of review. No, after the letter of review that they
I think that
insulted,
the law should.
that they
answer
insulted
that.
our delivery man. So my lawyer now had to send them a pre-action notice. Because they saw a pre-action notice, and whether he does not read or he does not go through letters, or he has never received a pre-action notice.
Are you being conclusive by
Yes,
saying it
maybe he
doesn't-
has never received a pre-action notice. Please let my lawyer talk more on that
Okay,
pre-action
wait,
notice.
I have a question concerning that.
Okay.
You know, the first question is this. How long has Mr. Boderi been the secretary of the boxing
Thank you for that
board?
question.
Wait, that's the first question. Then the second question is, this man is not a madman.
Yes.
Obviously, so I feel he has the qualities, he has everything it takes to handle that office. That was why he was being appointed for it.
Okay.
So for him to have stayed that long, he must have, someone cannot be all that
have impressed
bad.
some people, yeah.
Yeah.
He must have done good things to keep him in that position. So are you trying to say you have done everything possible to be out of their plague? To be worthy of their plague, there are do's and don'ts in organizations. There are rules. There are things that keep you off penalties. You get me right?
Okay.
So are you sure you are clean from fault? Because it was stated there that you always throw tantrums, you always do things and that. Are you sure you are actually saying the truth concerning that?
You see, when you say, "Are you sure he's clean?" and I'm just asking, what is wrong in you protesting when you feel cheated? Is there anything wrong with it? Or we send you a preview letter. Let's preview this fight. Is there anything wrong with it? It's a normal thing that's supposed to happen. It must not be us. And nobody is saying anything. Nobody is saying anything. They're not talking about even reviewing the fight. They're not talking about, okay, we saw your letter. Come, let us have a dialogue. Let's talk.
According to your lawyer, the mailman
Yes,
was
according
rash, so
to the
they didn't
letter.
even see the review
But later they send them a letter. Nobody has said anything till today.
till today.
Yes, maybe
Maybe they
maybe
want
they've
to
talked to
is
him. I
there-
don't
your
know.
lawyer to
Um,
address it. But was it not after they saw the letter of review or whatever that they
I
now
think I can shed
issued
more light.
Okay.
that document
Let
out?
him
I
just.
think I can shed more light on it because from Sunday where it happened till Monday, after after the decision was given in favor of our opponents wrongly, dubiously, if I may add. So we basically if we must understand it, you must know that there's a relationship. There is usually a relationship between the promoters, the board, and then the boxers. On Monday, I sent a review letter, a protest letter. The protest letter came with the heading of the boxing gym, saying we had a fight on the 20th. Yes, we had a fight on the 20th of April, Easter Sunday. We believe that the results was against boxing rules. The results did not show the person who dominated the fight, threw more punches, landed more punches. Simple this thing. We need to review these results.
You have a letter of that?
I sent, yes, I do have a copy. I sent the copy online in the morning. First thing I could do, because in the morning I sent the copy online. I sent it to the personal number of the office number of the secretary at Bodering. I sent that same letter to Mr. This is Monday after the fight. I sent that letter to the president, Mr. Rafiu Ladipo. I mail Nbbc, their official mail. I attach his Secgen Nbbc. I mail the lads. I send them an online copy. The lads is the promotion that we fought under their cards. I send these people letters online. Everybody read and they are aware. I let them know that a physical copy is coming soon. So as at Wednesday, when they called for the meeting with boxers, they were aware that my physical copy was coming soon. My delivery man got there, they assaulted him and sent him away. He was assaulted. The matter keeps changing from something simple to something complicated. You asked, is there any fault of ours, that we didn't leading up to? Yes, this is why we are calling for the panel. If we have faults, we are calling, those that have faults will not call for a panel. So if we have faults, we've called for a panel, come and review. Not you review the fight, you are the boxing board of control. Review the behavior too. Tell us what is wrong, tell us what is right. No. All I heard is that he started threatening him with a 6-month suspension because I told him a physical copy was coming, because he was aware that a physical copy was coming. So they sent my delivery man back. When they sent him back, I realized that, locally, water don't they pass Gary. I don't think these people are really going to follow any procedure. It is your right, your fundamental right as a human being existing in this country, that if any wrong has been done to you or is about to be done to you, you should visit the High Court closest to you for redress. Nbbc is a government body, is an official body. I am mandated by laws to send them a pre-action notice. I sent him a 30-day pre-action notice. Now, this pre-action notice just basically states what the protest letter is stating. In fact, the pre-action notice gives 30 days. We have an issue with you. So instead of complaining to you, that is the body, to come and try yourself, because nemo judex in causa sua is a Latin term. You cannot be a judge in your own case. So this is what is happening. So instead of me telling you to be a judge in your own case and you're chasing and harassing and assaulting my delivery man, I go to the court and say, come and be a judge in this case. Mandate these people. Now the content of that pre-action notice says, I have an issue with you. I am going to court to redress this issue in the next 30 days if you don't call me. Now, this way I'm making also the country, the system aware of the matter, not just those who are to,
Yes.
So I said this, I sent a pre-action notice. He definitely loses his marbles and goes wild. Wednesday, he suspends my boxer and my coach with a filthy, flimsy excuse of a write-up
On a group
chat. I want you to imagine the president or somebody in high, a minister wants to give a letter, wants to say something, give an order, wants to say something that has to do with the national nature of things, because you are dealing with the national body. So these people are in the federal parastatals. What they do doesn't just affect one state, it affects the 36 states plus the FCT. So when we get to this stage, I say, I've sent a pre-action notice. He sends that report, says that he is suspending iStar because this Star Chukwudi is taking him to court. I don't know where people say this kind of things and get away with it.
Clearly.
More than once. And then, at the end of that filthy, flimsy excuse of a write-up, he says, and Coach Ajanaku is also hereby suspended.
No, my
He revokes.
His license is revoked. This is coming from a man who has been expelled from the West African Boxing Union. Yes. This is somebody that nobody wants to see in the African Boxing Federation. You understand? This is somebody that his filth is everywhere for everybody to see. But we live in a country where nobody can speak up. These boxers can barely know what the laws of Nbbc is for them to say, you have infringed on my rights. On Sunday,
they don't have.
They only have two bodies: the president and the secretary.
They don't have their own constitutions and everything. Their books.
Yes, it does.
To check up. Okay, this is what.
Now, when you go to a reasonable or a standard office that has to do with laws or government, the laws that enact you must be there.
Sure.
If you go to any, like the NNPC, you see the NNPC Act there. How will you behave? How will you know how to behave if you don't have the laws?
So there are no abiding rules currently?
There are no laws to abide by because they make sure it is invisible to you. They make sure nobody sees it. They make sure the boxers don't even know what their right is.
So it's not accessible to nobody?
Boxers don't know that there is an NBBFC Act.
Is there an NBBFC Act?
I have never seen one.
I have never seen
one. Maybe if they put the laws and terms and conditions
on this group with boxers, they don't.
On the groups of boxers, they have never updated.
No rules and regulations. No boxers are meant to be abide by.
How can it be that there are too many defaults from one man, Aboderi, right?
Because he's the one running.
He's not even coming out to talk about anything. Nobody has heard anything from him. It's unthinkable.
Okay, so yeah, it is really not one person we are dealing with because he has a president. We are just dealing with the one they keep outside. You know, when you keep one dog outside, that'll be barking. That'll make everybody not to. Really come close. Beware of dog. You know, when I just put beware of dog in front of my gate, you're not going to come. You're not going to cross that gate. So this is it. When they got the pre-action notice, he went ahead to unilaterally suspend. I don't even know how many people run that office. See, we need to check how many officers we have in the NBBFC. On book, there might be 17 or 20. In real life, they are just 3.
Yes.
This is another important thing because when you go to that office in Surulere, you are expected to see president, secretary, financial secretary, secretary. That is why Mr. Bodenry can hold on to my boxer's pay for 2 weeks, telling them that I thought you are suing me. Why he is getting the pay as just the secretary and not even the financial secretary? If at all, NBBFC is supposed to collect money for boxers and give it to them. We are in a real pickle here. You're asking why?
Because that the duty of disposing the money should be through the financial secretary.
Of course, and not some flimsy account that I'm going to investigate because the account where that money came out from. Very
she
suspicious.
Mentioned something earlier that how come he's been in the position of secretary for so long? We don't even know that.
He has been in the position of secretary for like 15 years now. If I can recall. For like 15 years. So even the president of Nigeria only have 8 years, 4 years.
But because we don't have their laws and acts, we don't know, okay, maybe
that's the reason why we don't know. We don't know the laws, we don't know the rules. It has never been read. Any boxer that can come out boldly and say these are the laws of the NBBFC. These are the laws that guides and protects the boxers that is boxing under Nigerian. Let them come out and say it. Let them read it out to us, to our hearings.
You see, that statement is very sensitive. Having somebody in one office for more than 15 years. Are you trying to say that no boxer has been sensible or sensitive enough to probably write to West African Union, write to West African Union or the African Union
Boxing
itself
Union,
to tell them that, okay, this is what is happening in Nigeria, this is what is happening?
The thing
Does the governor, I think everything happening in Nigeria or in Lagos should have passed through the table of the governor, right? Does anybody know anything happening? Because it's looking like it's a family affair.
This is a family affair, just run by three people.
The secretary was banned because it was banned as the president of WABU,
but not in Nigeria.
Because of fraudulent money laundering and all those kind of stuff that he's doing.
Yeah.
So they're actually checking him, but it's just NBBFC is a Nigerian body. So I feel
he's dragging the name of the country to the mud.
Wait, are you trying to say since it was banned?
Yes.
From WABU.
Expelled.
That's another position.
It was expelled from WABU.
Yes.
Because of misappropriation of funds. That means same thing is happening here in Nigeria at the national level.
I guess so.
For 15 years.
I guess so.
Now, in terms of you saying, is there any boxer that is sensitive enough to write to the body that controls boxing in general? The thing is, understand, your own son will not fight against you. It depends.
How do you mean by that?
That's why they have their caucus. They have people they work with. So bringing other boxers from the hood to come and use other boxers to elevate their own boxers. They can rob another person's fight to favor another person that is their own. So how would those people that have been there for long write against them? There's no way.
Yeah,
so you must belong.
That means every other boxer is corrupt.
Who are we to write to? We are still to write to them.
Every other boxer is corrupt.
Let me tell you the truth.
We are not corrupt.
This whole boxing in Nigeria is run as a family business. It's like a personal thing. Do you know when did we go for this Fight Gist Media Award on
Sunday?
On Sunday. The first thing they saw me when I was just coming down from my car was, coach, come. I went there and he said, the president was asking me, did you watch if Ajagba and Bakoli fights? I say, yes, I did. He said, who do you think won the fight? I say, from my scoring, I gave it to Ajagba. He said, did Ajagba sue Saudi Arabia or WBC to court? I say, sir, you cannot compare those boxing with the one we do here. These people are fighting on a high level. That is one. Number two, their pause alone for that fight will sustain them for, if not for the rest of their life, at least for a reasonable amount of time. So we are doing boxing in Nigeria to get to that level. So don't kill the dream now. So if you want to deal with boxing now, you have to make it on a level ground. It has to be on a level ground.
Transparent.
Yes, it has to be transparent because you don't know if this boy is better. If I'm telling you, my boxers are top notch. They're elites. I'm not lying. My boxers are good. I know what I have. That's why you see we are not, even the ones that are competing are not much. My amateurs that are competing are not much. My pros that are competing are not much. Because you have to earn it before I can push you forward.
Sorry to cut you short here. Now that you've been banned, he's been suspended, what's your plan? How do you plan to get back into fighting? And at least you can't just be stranded or at your gym being filled.
There is one thing so it's like, well, where is the way forward? I think that's what you're trying to ask me.
What's the next step now?
The thing is there will always be a way.
Okay.
We've not gotten to the root of this matter, so I'm not thinking about what I'm going to do next. So if my legal team is done, I will know what next.
And that's the one reason why I say
because I might still send him a letter of protest for revoking my license. I want to know why. It is normal. I called for a protest. I don't know why you gave this fight to this person. Call me. Let's have a round table. Let's talk. Tell me your point of view. Why did you score this fight in favor of this person? It's easy. Ezekiel is not here, but trust me, both fights were clean. My guys won. My boys won those fights.
So
This guy was about going for the kill. I told him, no, you are winning. Why would you want to go and take risk? The same thing with Ezekiel. So if they don't have anything they are hiding, what is there for you to call us? Play this thing. Let's call a judge. Let them sit down. Let them rescore the fight. I don't want to know if they are going to pay the judges. I can talk to my manager. He's capable.
All of them.
And they
have
say how
conflict
to
of
go
interest.
online, go to YouTube and upload an edited video.
All of them have conflicts of interest, and
So this thing
I can
is
show
just
you. I can
getting
tell
out
you
of
why.
hand.
I can show you where the conflict of interest comes in, because boxing is not at your whim you score it. There's a scientific process to scoring boxing, and there's also a process, an ideological or a humane process when you want to enter into contract with boxers. You see, the last promotions, they did something this last fight on April 20th. While I was signing the contract, because I was there at the contract signing, present with my boxer, we were signing the contract. We saw the amount. We tried to raise the amount. They added 20,000 on top.
They start calling
They say you want the belt or you don't want the belt. You want to fight for the belt or you don't want to fight for the belt.
what belt did you guys fight for?
He was
National
fighting
title.
for the national super lightweight title.
Wow.
So we are fighting against who? Yusuf Ogunbumi. Who is this guy? Okay, one guy from okay. We finished signing contract. Now, some days before the fight, maybe 5 days or a week before the fight, I contact the promotion. I said, the lads, we have a video. We have videos, 2 videos that we've created for you to play before our boxers come up. It is international standard, if you look at the world, that everybody wants to be like, they do this. It's like, an entrance song or something. Not just entrance song, You show who the boxer, where he's training, how he's going to lead up to the fight. They call me back 10 minutes. I say, no. They can't do that. That it should be as if there's conflict, there's bias. That there's bias between the promotion and our boxers. I say, what do you mean by bias? Like, everybody can do it. He said, no, because the other boxers don't have their own. Do you understand? So they don't want any form of bias that is already. Let's keep that bias in mind. I come to the day of the boxing match. I see the opponent for that super lightweight title having the lad's logo on his shirt.
Wow.
Which is not supposed to be.
Nah, the bias is talking about.
What is bias? What is you telling me you don't want to appear biased and my opponent has your logo on his shirt?
on your event.
On your event.
The same event, you don't want to play our video, our entrance video,
Just an entrance video.
because you don't want it
The
to look
implication-
biased.
yes,
you don't
so-
want it to look
so the
biased. So, me
implication
now
of-
seeing the last promotion badge on that, but already I was like, damn.
Okay, so the implication of that is that.
So this is what we are
the
fighting against.
Sorry, coach. Sorry, please. The implication of that is that the lads boxing promotion sponsored that boy
Boxer.
to that fight, and there's no way you sponsor a boxer to a fight and you want him to lose.
Yeah.
There's no way you want him to lose and you will tell us. This is why he did not tell us anything. We did not know that we are going to fight your promoted boxer. If not, we will not take the fight. There's no home and away.
Fact.
The match is just one fight. You want me to come and fight your boy? But that is exactly why nobody said anything. We get to the scoring of this fight. We get to Touch's fight. He beats the boy up. Beat him like thief. The boy knows that, let's not even get there. Any idiot that sees that fight will know who is winning. We get to the point of this stuff for the final scores, the reading of the judges' scores. The first judge scores 76, 73.
73.
Second one judge 75, 74. Yusuf Ogunbumi. The numbers are like that because they subtracted a point, at least a point, from the opponent because he was spitting out his
Tooth guard.
tooth guard. From the beginning of the fight to the end of the fight, he had the tooth guard outside his mouth.
Why would the boss be doing that?
Because when you have people around you, and we complain to the ref said nothing. So this is what the ref is supposed to institute. So this is why we are telling you that this is not just one man. We are looking for one thing to get justice. We found a full cabal. Judge Sheyi Ajawo scored the bout 98-92 and did not remove any point from the opponent.
The point that the ref...
Yes, deducted. Only one of two things. Because boxing is not rocket science. It is, you think this guy wins the first round, 10 points. You think he wins his first round, second round, 10 points. You think this one loses the first round, 9 points. There is nothing else to it than 1 + 1. So if a seasoned judge has been doing it for donkey years, cannot subtract 1. Is that scores got there before the fight? Hold on.
What do you mean?
Hold on. Is that the scores? Yes, because when the score doesn't account for the fight, it means that it got there before the fight. Or that judge is not sound enough, mentally stable. Because
or has been corrupted or bribed.
I don't know.
We can't say about that.
But it means that he is not mentally stable to have judged any fight that night. Yes, you've done something for donkey years and you cannot subtract 1. On a normal ground, boxing rules, that's a ground for a no contest.
Yes.
Because it's already...
Yes.
They still want to upload it on BoxRec.
Like that.
Go ahead.
Like that.
After that, the scores, they shamelessly... Because we told them not to upload until we have
review.
We've resolved the whole thing.
I wasn't going to give them all my itinerary, like everything. Like, let's review. Then I can tell you what is wrong, and you can tell me. I'm not interested in gossip like Abodenri. He likes to gossip on social media, posting information. It's gossip. As far as I'm concerned, that write up looks like gossip from a market woman. Should behave himself. Very unprofessional. Very disgusting. How dare you say you are suspending somebody for fighting for his right against you? This one, the only animal you go dey talk where you no go want listen to you.
Definitely.
I've not seen any human being that is listening, hearing your language and is not giving you attention or is not entering his mind. This one, no, they enter their mind. So at the end of it, Abodenri and his team with the president Rafiu Ladipo, the 6 judges that they usually use, Constance Chinagorom, Sheyi Ajawo, I'll leave some, but these are the 2 main culprits. If you go and check their scoring always, you always wonder what is wrong, and these people allow their names to be used by these people.
We had someone here, Mr. Adesonya. He used to be a ref. He's also been taken off as well. Apparently, he had the same issue where somebody just went to the judges' table and started writing. So he said, "Yeah, leave that place." And because of that, they started acting out against him until he was eventually evicted from their body.
The former Nigerian Boxing Federation chairman, I spoke to him through the director of sports after this thing happened. He explained to me how they pushed him out of office because he wanted to stand up for the right thing.
Wow.
I spoke to the current director of sports. They are aware of this thing. They are just in a position where if you are not saying something is wrong, how would somebody descend into the arena for you? This man paid my boxers last week. This week. With an account. These people operate like it's their family business. When coach told me these people operate as their family business, I started to think. I said, "Coach, let me have the account. Let me have that alert of where they send the money from you." Definitely, he's operating it like his family business.
Was it from his personal account?
It is from an account that it should not come from.
No, an official.
No, of course, it's not an official account. So, where is the lads paying money to the promotion? Where are they paying money to? Why are they paying money there? Where are they paying money? Are they paying money to the official account? If a promotion like the lads did not pay money to the official account and it paid to the personal account or an account otherwise, what is bias and what is colluding? It's not rocket science. You don't need, a baby can tell you these 2 people are doing something. The video that he said was uploaded the very next day, because they saw our protest letter by evening, after they wished their chairman happy birthday, they went ahead to continue their evil mind and their evil nature. These people uploaded a video by Golden Media TV run by Osai. Osai is the matchmaker in Nigeria. He's the matchmaker for most of them. Now, he is also the official personal, he's still official and personal for about them. Two of them is the same thing. Official personal videographer for the Nigerian Boxing Board of Control. Do you understand? So after we sent a protest letter, these people, I'm holding myself because let me just hit the point. He edited the video so much so that every time my boxer throws a punch, he cuts it from there.
No evidence.
Every time, no, that alone is evidence.
No evidence of his punches.
Yes, but that thing you are doing alone is evidence of his punches because
So
your round no go
looks
reach.
like it was idle in the ring.
Yeah, but your round no go reach 3 minutes.
Even the voice.
Now, the commentators, the commentary they were running. Anytime they say anything positive, it cuts
They'll
it
mute
out.
it.
For the both boxers, so we are
For all my boxers.
yes, we are suing them for
two of them.
Star and Touch Ezekiel. We are suing them for both of them. So it's like
Go
they have two
and
cases
watch
to answer.
the video that the lads uploaded immediately. Because so when you say the lads, oh, this fight that they held under your card, see what thing they do. So you stop that thing. What are you talking about? I beg. Guy, upload that thing. You understand who is interested in justice and who is not interested in justice.
Yes.
It is a scientific procedure. I don't need to go to your morality or what you think. It is 1 + 1 is 2. It's not your morality that determines it. It's everybody's consensus and everybody's existence. These people uploaded this video, this embarrassing video. So what they do is that they kill their business because they want to kill stars.
How do you mean by that? They kill their business.
Now, you have an event that was if you see the fans we brought, if you see everything, it was a spectacle from the gear to the entrance song to the attire. It was beautiful. I will share you pictures. It was beautiful. So because he's trying to cut off any image or any likeness with that, our entrance,
He cuts it off.
our entrance,
The entrance to
Everything.
our entrance,
It was scanty.
our entrance, we'll still get there. Our entrance,
He cuts our entrance off.
our punches,
He splits them off.
even the good things people said about us.
He don't want anything good to come out.
That person handled that Golden Media TV is an evil person. Now let me tell you why he's one of them. You go, this man last week Thursday opened an account, Nbbc, with his personal official email.
what account is that?
Remy Abodere opened an Instagram account for Nbbc.
Nigeria Boxing Board that he has been running for 15 years. He's just opening an account for it.
Yes, with his personal email. He opens his personal email and now puts on the link Golden Media TV as the official videographer. That's how I even got to so he's even your friend too. He's not just working for the lads. Because I was wondering, who is this person? How is he bringing out this kind of edited video just immediately? I didn't know I was stumbling up to a cabal. You at the end, you send my boxers money this week. You pay with your own personal account or an account that you should not be paying for. There are so many things to answer for. So many. When we got into the arena, please, I entered into the dressing room. All boxers were cramped in a space not bigger than this. There was no fun.
Wow.
All boxers.
All boxer.
Both you and your opponents. See
In
Touch
one
here.
spot.
See his opponent there. Where the gentleman is sitting here. See Esther here. See his opponent there. When they provide nothing for you, you know where you stand in their mind. When they say, people come, children come and fight, come and do this, come and risk your lives. See, I'm coming back to you. See, money does not come before this thing because people risk their lives every time they put on a glove. If he punch you, we can be sparring now, me and him, and I can hit him and he's going down. Everybody saw success. Can I pay you for your life? Can I pay you, not another person? Can I pay you for your life? No. That money comes as a reward for doing the right thing. So we want to get there to do the right thing so that we can get the reward amongst other things. But no, there are star killers in this country. There are people that like Rami Aboderi, like the Lads Promotion, like Rafiu Ladipo, that make sure that any young man who sweats, bleeds, trains morning and night and comes up, he will use that boy as fuel for the person that bribes him. This is it. This is the explanation of the things that are going on, the things that have been going on, and the things that will persist. If we don't stand up to talk, boxers don't have a say. They don't even know they can challenge the NBBLC.
Yes.
Because even though we want to challenge, they only have 3 bodies: the president, the secretary, that's Mr. Bodani, and Mr. Boxing, the one that checks weighing. And even
In fact,
to come
to chip in, there was a boxer that called me, sent me. I won't call his name. He said, "Coach, me self, I won't protest, but this is where they revoke your license and then ban this star.
And you get manager, you get lawyer."
He said, "Me, I don't get anybody. I don't get money." That's exactly in his words. Say, "Man, just leave them. Make them do it they want to. Make God just help me." This guy is a very good boxer. I'm telling you,
Very good.
very good boxer. This is his words. It's like,
Very good.
I don't get anybody. I don't get manager. I don't get money.
Leaves him helpless.
Yes,
that's what
because of what he saw. He wanted to write a protest letter. So he wanted to protest his fight. But with all these things,
You know,
He
it's
said,
no
"We will
lawyer,
get
no
lawyer."
manager, just him.
He said, "You
Just
that
him
have
and his
lawyer and
coach.
manager."
You know, the
that
thing is, they
suspending-
underrated me. I might not be, I might not be too forward, but trust me, every step before we get to this level was monitored, and I planned it very, very well. I waited till now. Do you know how long I've waited to set my gym or set this standard? And everybody around us, nobody, we are all family. We are families. Nobody is an outsider. So before, they don't know what they are fighting with. That's just the truth. And I'm telling you, I know we are not letting our guard down anytime soon.
Wow.
Sorry, back to the other thing. I want to talk about something Nigerian boxing, they are doing wrong. It's really wrong. The health of a boxer is something that's really, really important. When a boxer goes for medical checkup before fights on weighing days, before you go for weighing, it's really embarrassing for you to come to the presence of a doctor, and the doctor just have to check your eyes. It's clear, no bloody between your eyes. Check your
Pulse.
no health like this. It's okay. Then his doctors, you don't put it on.
That's how he checks your temperature.
Well, you just put the doctor stuff on his ear like
Check
this.
whether your heart
You don't
pulse.
put it here.
Check whether
You
your heart
just
is
check the pulse. No time, no counting. Just
your
like
BP.
this.
You that you are here, your
After
heart
he
is not
does it,
beating.
after he has done with that, you just say, are you good?
So,
you are strong.
the medical
The medical checkup
There
is
is one
low.
thing. There is one
It's
thing that
zero.
doctor used to do. Sorry to say, I don't have the
don't know
doctor
his name.
that
What's
the
his
NBC
name?
officer uses. The doctor, that particular doctor. I'm not a medical professional,
You
but
don't
I
use
just
the
feel
It's not standard
there is no
knowledge.
need.
It's not.
There is no need for you to hold a boxer like
We
this
say
and start
punch,
punching the
punch.
boxer's knuckle. That you are checking if the knuckles
If the
are
knuckle
fit.
is okay or
A
not.
doctor?
Yeah, doctor. That's how he does
I don't
his
know.
checkup.
Please, maybe you should help
It's
me.
really
I don't know if it's right.
not-
I really want to know.
A
if
lot
it's-
is happening.
If that's how
I
it's
don't
done
even know that.
everywhere. Because anytime he's hitting my boxers
do you
like that,
have the box?
my mind used
Do you
to
have
be
the
like,
doctor's name?
I don't know his name.
I don't want to
It's
know
only
his
one
name.
doctor they are using, that
They use
particular
just that
Baba.
man.
Baba.
He's a
Baba,
Baba.
I
He's
don't really
he's
know.
older than my father.
Oh my
So
God.
it's Baba. So what I'm saying is, that thing, in fact, I think that should be scrapped. Why will you check a boxer's like? In fact,
That's
if
his checkup, oh.
if he's punching
That
their
is
knuckles
his
like this,
checkup.
how to be like God?
I think
This
he's
one won't
checking
give
the
this
strength
people
of
That's
his
his
knuckles.
checkup. Once he asks you, are you okay? Have you been eating well?
So no urine test, no blood
urine
test,
test,
no
no
And
test
another thing they should
at all.
put into
Blood pressure,
consideration
nothing.
is, I used to tell my boxers, I'm scared. Most times I used to tell them, I say, always close your mouth if you didn't ring, because all this sweat, it means if I need to go and check myself, because I don't know, this hepatitis B, you can get it through sweat.
Mr. Adesoya, you also
HIV,
mentioned that a lot
blood.
of boxers actually have that. He said
You
there's
see,
a lot of boxers
I need to
currently
check.
have it.
We need to check.
Yeah,
Seriously.
we have to reduce sparring outside. Currently we've put it on a hold.
The
not
thing
sparring
is,
outside.
if I have
Because even
hepatitis
if
B
someone
now,
has it, they can't.
No,
There's
we
no
have
way
to
they
test
can
everybody
detect it
immediately.
now.
if I have it now, I got it from boxing. if I have it now, because I used to work as a waiter before, and we do hepatitis B test every 6 months.
Wow.
Yes.
Anyways, it's been a very lovely podcast today.
We have a lot to say, man. This
Very
time is
emotional
not enough.
and very insightful. It's very insightful, very emotional, and we appreciate you coming in and discussing your issues regarding NBBFC, fighting for boxers, and the issues promoters put boxers through, and how hopefully changes can be made. As you're saying, a lot of boxers have a lot to say, but they don't have an avenue.
Yes.
You're already taking a stand, getting a law case, reaching out. So you're teaching people how they can move forward with this.
Yes.
And what we do on Champions Talk is to let people come up and let people see how things can be done, and hopefully some of the viewers can take a page in your book on how to be effective going further. From Champions Talk, it was an honor to having you here, Mr. D-Star, the coach and the lawyer, Madam Nelly.
I feel so glad and sad. I feel glad because they came and they opened up their minds, and sad because it's unthinkable to know that people go through this while trying to fulfill their dreams and aspirations. But I need to let you people know that Champions Talk will always be an avenue for you to say your mind. Don't leave your page blank. Spill your mind. If you're being oppressed in any way by any authority whatsoever, it's appropriate for you to say your mind. You never can tell where you get your freedom. You never can tell. And I feel if other boxers and coaches and officials like you can come out and speak up, I think there will be changes. There will be changes. Corruption thrives. It excels in silence, when there is silence. But when there are voices to speak against it, it dies gradually. So thank you for coming. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And from Champions Talk, we want to say thank you. And, like, share, and subscribe. We'd love for you to follow as well.
Like,
on Instagram
share,
and
and
YouTube.
subscribe.
Thank you. So from Champions Talk,